Oh, hey there. How's your first week of class? Awesome. Hey, I was just working on my All About Me worksheet. Well, welcome to week 2. This week, we're going to be talking about some classroom resources. This will help out you and your parents to understand how my art class works. It's going to be a lot of information, so I'm going to go over it really quickly in this video. But if you ever need to refer back to it, you can go back to week 2, and we'll have all the information written out for you. All right, let's get into it. First, I want to go over how you'll navigate art class in your school's POP platform. Each week, you'll have a new unit, which will be released on Monday. Each unit will have a special theme and objective. The week will be divided into different activities for you to learn, create, explore, and enjoy. Activities is just the term that I use for any lesson that is in school's PLP that you can view and work on. Let's go over those activities. First, the introduction. Most classes will start out with an introduction where I will go over the theme and objective for the week and the materials that you will need for the week. Next is the art lesson. It'll include articles, videos, or sometimes a combination of both. If there's a video, make sure to watch it all the way through before you can move on to the next activity. Sometimes there might be a quick quiz or a worksheet to fill out. Finally, we'll have studio time, which I like to think of as your art project for the week. This activity will be broken into 3 parts when you read it. What you'll do, which will be your directions. What you will need, which is the materials that you'll need for the project, and what to think about. This is what you should think about before you begin your project. I'll have some videos and visual guides to help you along the way, so don't worry, you'll have some help. And finally, we haven't delved into it yet, but in week 4, we'll start learning about our sketchbooks. This is your chance to be creative. I want to see some amazing artworks with these sketchbooks. Last year, there were some very cool sketchbook drawings, so I'm really excited to see yours. And this one, extras, is just a link to my blog, Mr. Ludwig's art blog, which serves as the class website for art class. Here you can find videos, read aloud books, coloring pages, word searches, and other activities that are associated with the theme for the week. I like to think of it as the Google for my art class. Next, we will get into the pacing and due dates. Like I said, every Monday I'll give you a new unit to work on. You have until Friday of that same week to complete reading the introductions, any of the art lessons, and complete your sketchbook prompt. Your studio time project you'll have 2 weeks to complete. So this will be due the following Friday from when it is assigned. Pacing. I know it seems like a lot of work, but don't worry, it's not as much as it seems. Each week you should spend about 30 minutes on learning the activities and about 30 to 45 minutes on your sketchbook prompt and your project. This does not have to be all done at once. In fact, I would recommend not doing everything at once. Pacing is only a recommendation, and obviously for every student and family it will be different. So just find a schedule that works for you. Grading and art rubrics. Here I have how your grading is broken down and the grading scale. Grading will depend on whether you're in 1st through 3rd grade art or 4th through 6th grade art. Check to this activity to see how your grading is exactly broken down. I do have art rubrics for each project. I do have a small note about grading for parents if they have any questions about why we do have grading in our class. Zoom art lessons. I like to think of the Zoom art lessons as more of an online art club than a formal lesson. Simply, they're a super cool way for my students to come together and make art together. So what are the Zoom lessons? This year, we're going to have Zoom lessons every Tuesday. The time depends on whether you're in 1st to 3rd grade or 4th to 6th grade, so make sure to check those times. What will you need for the Zoom lessons? Most lessons will only require your basic materials: blank paper, a pencil and eraser, a permanent marker to outline that pencil, and something to color with. If there's anything else that you'll need for that Zoom lesson, I'll make sure that you know about it the Friday before the Zoom lesson, so you can go out and make sure that you have those materials. But your most important material is the creative spirits. Some questions I've had about the extra credit for the Zoom lessons. For attending the Zoom lesson, you will get 50% of the extra credits. Once the Zoom lesson is over and you submit your finished artwork, I'll give you the 100% of the extra credits. Don't worry if you can't make it for the Zoom lesson. I will just mark you as an excuse, and you just won't receive any extra credit for that art Zoom lesson. And finally, I'd like to introduce you to the art class website, Mr. Ludwig's art blog. Mr. Ludwig's art blog is your one-stop destination for all things artistic and fun. This art class website offers a wide range of exciting features that will inspire and engage young artists like you. Each week, the site is updated to complement the topic of the unit that you'll be learning. Get ready so that you can explore the Extras Resource Centers, which is filled with captivating videos, enchanting books read aloud, fascinating website links, and delightful activities. Dive into a world of creativity as you find coloring pages and word finds, which are always a favorite of my students. But don't worry, that's not all. There's also a treasure trove of valuable resources, helpful tips and tricks that you learn in class that will allow you to practice your skills and take your artwork to the next level. I'll also include a link to our class portfolio, which will be a collection of all of your masterpieces throughout the year. And parents, don't worry, we haven't forgotten about you. My blog also provides resources to keep you informed and involved. You can stay up to date with the classroom newsletter, you can plan ahead with the calendar and class schedule, and easily find my contact information if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you for listening to how the class will be run this year. I hope that answers some of your questions, especially to my parents. Remember, if you have any concerns or questions that I didn't cover here, you can always reach out to me through the school's messenger or through email. Well, I'm going to get back to my project here. It's due on Friday, so I'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye.